habits that helped you go through your 20s are actually different from the habits that will help you go through your 30s. So let's talk about it. Hi, in case you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Tosi. On here, I do videos on self improvement, self development, and everything nice. And in case you've been here before, you already know you are welcome back on my radio. So, guys, without further ado, let's get into the video. So guys, before we start this video, I feel like this is the first time I'm actually coming with little or no makeup on. And it's because I'm hot. I can't start doing makeup in this heat and I'll start getting irritated. So I said, you know what, we are going to do this video without makeup on. And in case you see any other videos without me having makeup on, just know that's the problem. And yeah, so you guys should get used to my real face. This is my real face. But anywho, today I wanted to share with you guys habits that has changed my life in my 30s. I don't know how many I have written down, but as always, as a type, you guys are going to know how many it is. I just felt like I should share this. And in case you're seeing my face for the first time, I clocked 31. I clocked 31 2 months ago. It's actually 2 months ago. I'm filming this in May and I clocked 31 in like March. Let's just say a month and a few weeks, right? So I feel like I can share this. So yeah, the first one is sleeping early. Now, this one I had to struggle through it, right? Because in my 20s, I had more energy. I'm not saying I don't have energy. I had more energy. I could stay up all night and I'll be okay the next morning. But in my 30s, I sleep very early these days now. Like once it's 10, 9:30, my body's winding down. Once it's 10, trust me, I'm ready asleep. If you see me anywhere on social media or anything, just know I'm using sleep eye, right, to do what I'm doing. 10 max, I'm ready asleep. I had to make it an habit. And be the way I see it now, if I don't sleep at 10, I find it very hard to sleep later on. And that is also because I struggle with like sleep. When I'm sleeping and something drops, I wake up. I don't know how that happens. Like I wake up, I don't know how to put it, but I get easily disturbed. And when I'm disturbed with that, I find it very hard to sleep back. So I always try as much as possible to do anything for me to sleep good, right? So sleeping early is one habit you want to try in your 30s. And even in your late 20s, you can actually start doing this thing in your late 20s so that by your 30s, your early 30s, your mid 30s, you're already used to it, right? Sleeping early is going to help you conserve energy when you wake up the next morning. I just kind of noticed that all of a sudden I'm having these very bad headaches, like bad headaches and bad migraines. For about like 2 weeks ago, I was still struggling with is it 2 weeks, maybe a week ago, if possible, I was still struggling with like migraines. So I'm trying as much as possible to sleep. It's really going to save you a lot of headache, migraines, unnecessary tiredness, during the day. So sleep early. Those that did research did not say 8 hours for nothing. Sleep that your 8 hours and let it be complete, right? The next one is focusing on your goals. Now, this is an habit that I started in my late 20s that I brought into my 30s. Now, what this is going to help you with is going to help you it's good to help your life have some type of structure, right? Like you know what you're doing, you have where you're going to, right? Most of the time, it's always advised that you start focusing on your goals in your early 20s. But nevertheless, maybe you didn't start doing that like me and many other people, right? It is okay for you to start focusing on your goals in your 30s. Now, this is a habit that you want to cultivate. Like in everything you think about your goals. In everything you do, think about your goals. I'm not saying that should be the only thing. I mean, give room for fun, but always make sure that you are focusing on your goal. You are looking your goals. You are looking at the things that will make you be better, on your goals, and you are giving your goals your all. Especially if you're single, and I'm trying to talk to the ladies now. If you're single, you have more energy to focus on your goal at that time. Now I'll give you the secrets. That's one reason why I started my YouTube channel and I was focusing on it back to back, putting out content and all that, was because one day I was just thinking about it and my mind was like, you don't have kids yet. Why don't you use the time to push out so many things that you want to push out? Because when that husband and those kids come, you try to like find a balance, and you might find like yourself struggling. And but if now you start doing things, you start focusing on your goal, so when the husband and the children come, you know how to balance it all. So if you're single, you're a lady, even if you're a guy, try to use this time that you have to focus, pour all your energy, because you don't really have any other thing that you're pouring your energy into. So it's always very important to cultivate this habit in your 30's, your early 30's, your late 20's, your middle 30's. Is really, really going to help your life have some sort of meaning to yourself. The next one is dealing with your inner child trauma. Now, a lot of us don't do this. We like to sweep things under the carpet. There's a reason you act the way you do. I think I say this all the time, but I also tell people there's a reason you act the way you do. Is it that you have an experience of when you were a child, or somebody did something to you when you're a child, or the way you grew up, your foundation, right? Your background. There's a reason you do the way you do the things that you do. This one is something that I am still working on. There are certain things that I do these days, and I'm like asking myself, oh, was it when I was a child this happened? That's why I'm reacting this type of way, as an adult. And I'm like trying to heal my inner child. Try to heal it. There is still that child inside of you that needs to be healed. There's still that child inside of you that wanted attention, that wanted love, right? That wanted certain things. And because you're an adult now doesn't mean that that child doesn't live inside of you. It does live inside of you. So why don't you try to make that child happy, right? Go back to that child. Imagine yourself still being a child. What are those things that happened to you that made you had a different perspective about life, or made you start to not do certain things? I will give an example for myself, right? So because I am a first child and firstborn daughter, I had every tendency to always not know how to tell people that they wrong me. And it took me a long time. I'm not going to lie, it took me a long time and a lot of going back, like, why am I like this? And I just got to understand that it was because I was a first child. Everybody felt I was okay. Everybody felt I have it all together. Everybody felt I had it good. That's why I had tried some certain things to myself, or in one way or the other I feel like I've been a emotional dump site, right? And now I'm like, okay, if this person offend me, I go and look for ways on how to express myself, right? But I think about it deep down, like, okay, do I need to talk about it? Will it matter if I talk about it? If it's not matter, then we bounce, right? But it took me a long time to get there to be able to say, okay, you offended me. Why? Because when I was a child, I didn't have that. I don't know how to put it. I didn't have that courage to say that, okay, this person did this person did that, because everybody just really felt she's quiet, she's good, she's quiet, she doesn't have wahala, so she's good. But I had to heal my inner child. Right now, if people offend me, I would just say my mind. I say it so I don't keep it inside of me, because I noticed that when I keep it inside of me, I kind of have some type of resentment. I know when you're angry with somebody and the person does not know why you're angry at them, and in your mind they're like, you did this to me 2 years ago, I still don't like you for it, right? So me trying to speak about it has really helped me. So now if people just do things and I see it, instead of keeping inside of me, so I'm not, bitter about it or angry about it, I just tell the person, right? And once I notice after doing that, once I say it, it leaves my mind. Like, once I just say it, it leaves my mind, compared to growing up where I don't say it and I carry it on for a long time. I carry it on for years and wait for that person to just want small thing for me, right? I'll now bring back, right? So I had to work on it. I had to work on my trauma. I had to work on it. I'm still working on it. There are other things. So you have to look at your inner child and start to look for ways to be better, right? You are different from your trauma. You are not your trauma. Is it trauma? Yeah, you're not your trauma. You are somebody else. So you have to always do better to improve your. This one is eating right. Now, this one can be a bit oh, everybody should eat right no matter the age. Yes, everybody should eat right no matter the age. But I've come to understand that in your 30's, the way you burn fat is different from the way you burn fat when you're in your 20's. The way you add weight is different from the way you add weight when you're in 20s. It's slower. Processing food is slower. Sometimes some food that you're eating, your body is not used to it anymore. Sometimes your digestion is actually slower, your 30s. Either we like it or not, your body is growing old the way your age is growing. You might not look like it, but your body is actually growing old, right? I mean, it has been working for the past 30 something years, right? So you have to eat right. Eating right is number one thing that you want to give yourself in your 30s. Now, lucky for me, I never used to be the type that used to eat this, that, because I'm a picky girl. I'm very picky, very, very picky with the things that I eat. I don't eat certain things, and yeah, so I'm very picky. So with that, I don't have a problem. Now I just really see some things like beans now. I stopped eating it like last month, and I was very intentional about it. If I must eat it, I have to eat it earlier, right? Earlier than 6, earlier than 7. But now anything past that, I'm not eating it. I can actually go to bed without, so that I can't eat beans, because I won't be able to sleep, right? And the next morning too, I'm going to have like problems with my digestive system. Like, that's too much drama for me right now. So easy food, we eat something else instead. So always look at yourself and look at the foods that your body really doesn't. The next one is planning your day ahead. This one is something that I wish, not that I wish, I've always been someone that is very organized, but I feel like I always just keep it in my head and I tend to forget, right? But this one is just something that I really wish I started earlier on in my 20s. I would have gotten a lot of things done in my 20s by doing that, right? Planning your day ahead, write it down. What are you supposed to write? What are you supposed to do? Write it down. Plan your day ahead, plan tomorrow, plan the week. I have a video on how to plan your week. I still owe you guys a vlog on that, but I'm gonna do it. Yeah, give me some time. But I have a video on it. I'm going to link it in the description box. Editing to see, link it. Yeah. So I'm going to link in my description box. Plan your week, plan your day, plan your month. It's very, very, it makes things very easy. Very, very easy. When it comes to content, I have all the topics, all the things I want to talk about in the month of May. So what I just do is I just go there, pick the one for this week, pick the one for, like, it's very, very easy. Planning your day ahead will save you a lot of stress and keep you very, very organized and make you not be lazy. To be honest, when you plant this and you see this, I need to do this, I need to do this, you're actually going to do it. So, next one is being intentional how I smell. Now, I never used to be a big fan of the way I smell, but I never used to smell bad. Now, I grew up in a very beautiful environment, family wise. I grew up seeing my uncles and my aunties, my mom, you know, smelling nice, looking good. I always tell people the reason I do my hair, even when I'm not going anywhere, is because I grew up seeing my aunties do that, right? They make their hair because they want to. If I didn't grow up that way, I won't be getting my hair done. I will only be getting my hair done in special occasions. So I grew up in the environment seeing people always wanting to look good, like no matter what, we're going to church. That's, I think, really where I grew up is the reason why I'm always dressing like I'm going for a parade. I'll be being very intentional when I'm going to church. I grew up seeing my mom being intentional. Like me and my sister, we always say it's that my mom is the one that made everyone to, when it's for Sunday, you have to dress really nice because it's like it's for Sunday, right? So it's always very, very important for me now to pay more attention to the way I smell. If something is smelling bad for me, I'm going to know that it's smelling bad for me. And I don't query it because this is my body, right? There are some things that we eat, and for some reason, just our sweat just make it to smell some type of way, right? So anything, having my bath, obviously that's something that I used to do, over time. But I'm not the type to have my bath at night. Now, I know a lot of people have a problem with that, but please, I'm not the type to have my bath at night, and that's because I catch cold easily, like easily. If I have my bath 3 times in a row at night, I'm going to catch. I don't want to know. Let it be hot. I'm going to catch cold. So I'm very prone to cold. So I don't have my bath at night like that. But if I stress myself so much, if I feel like having my bath is going to make my body, feel relaxed, I'm definitely going to have my bath, right? So on the way I smell, my having my bath, my mouth, I'm that girl you will catch in the church chewing gum on a Sunday morning. I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm that girl you will catch in church chewing, licking sweet or something so that our mouth is refreshed. I'm just so intentional, and this has helped me with the way, you know, will I say with the way people see me, but that's not why I do it. But the way people are like, oh, you always smell good and all that. I really don't care what people think, right? But I'm also like, okay, yes, I smell good. I like that. Like, it's okay. So it's always very important. I'm very intentional about the way I smell in my 30s now. Like, very, very next one is intentional. Being okay with no drama. Being okay with no drama. I lived all my 20s believing that if there's no drama, that means my life is not going on. If there's no drama, that means, my life is just in one place. Hell no. In case you are feeling like that, please restructure your mind, restructure your mind, right? This has really, really helped me to be calm, helped my mind to be calm. Now, this comes from the fact that you have to really cut some things off, cut some people off if you really don't want drama, because people bring drama. Do you understand? So there are certain intentionality that I made into that, like, oh, not talking about certain things, not being around certain people, not going around certain places. And I'll tell you guys, it's one of the best habits that I have cultivated in my 30s. Like, my mind is calmer, if there's any English like that. I'm more calm than I used to be. Then I used to be like, oh, if there's no G's, then nothing is happening. Now there's no G's. I don't care. I'm okay. I'm okay. My phone is has dried as the desert right now. Like I'm very, very dry. Very, very dry. Any messages that come in is maybe one group that I'm in, or my family, right? Or close people. That's all. There is no I don't, my phone is I'm just really like, I like it here, right? At first I was very, I started doing this like when I was like 28, right? At first I was very, no, this is too calm, you need drama, you need to be talking about, I don't, right now I don't even want to hear. Jealous, I just want to live my life in peace. Calmness makes you focus. Calmness makes you think right. Calmness makes you see some things that you wouldn't see if you have too much drama around you. So it's an habit that you feel very uncomfortable at first, but trust me, you need it. You need that peace. You really need that peace. Yeah, I wanted to say don't go back to Dexter X. Well, you understand what I'm saying? Like, unnecessary drama, unnecessary things. Please let it go. Cultivate the habit of being okay with quietness, being okay with no noise, no drama. Is paying attention to how your body reacts to things. I think I spoke I think I spoke a bit about that when I said what you eat right, right? Pay attention to what you eat, right? Do you eat, if you eat spicy things, do you sweat too much? Now, I came here saying that I'm unnatural because I sweat a lot, right? I have tried to look for that food that is making me sweat. I've not seen it. And I've just come to understand that this is how I am. This is how I've always been, right? I've always been a sweaty girl. So I'm just going to be okay with it. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that. So it's always very important to know how your body reacts to things. Do you eat this thing and you're sweaty? Do you eat this thing and you smell funny? You need to understand that your body is what you give in is what it will bring out. That's how it works. That's just really how it works. So you have to pay more attention to your body. Very is important. Doing things because you want to do it. This is an habit that I had to cultivate, right? I think because I'm a firstborn daughter, I felt, oh, I have to do things right according to the books, right? According to what is supposed to be. But I got to the part of my life where I was like, you know what? I want to do this because I want to do it, right? Because I want to wear this, because I want to look like this, right? I really don't care what people think about what I'm wearing or what I'm putting on. I try my possible best to always be modest. I've always had that inside of me. I'm not the type to want to show off, my body. Like, I'm not the type. One part of my body I know that I really like to show is my back. I like to show my back, and that's because I don't get to see it all the time. So I like to show my back. Little cleavage here and there, but I'm not the type that will always want to show everything. So that is me. I'm not doing modesty because of any other person, right? I'm doing modesty because of myself, right? So that's another aspect. I'm doing content because of myself. I say things because I want to. I do things because I want to. Not necessarily because of the way I feel like, okay, this person is going to feel about it. Most of the things that I do in my life right now, I do it because I want to. I do it because my conscience wants to. I do it because it's good in my eyes, and if it's good in the eyes of the Lord, please, I'm okay with it. So that is another habit you want to cultivate in your 30s. And what that would do for you is it will make you confident in everything that you do for yourself. Doing things because you want to, not doing things because, oh, you are in your 30s, you should be doing this. No, you're in your 30s, you should be doing that. No, your mates that you buy same age, you're doing that. Hello. No. Do things because you want to. Because at the end of the day, whatever it is that you face, you should be able to know that, okay, I made this decision. So I'm going to face whatever it is. So it's always very, very important to do things because you want to. The next thing is being patient and calm. Now, this one is is an important habit that you have to have in your 30s. A lot of people don't talk about it, but it's part of the inner work that you do. I never used to be a patient person. Yeah, I'm going to say that. I never used to be. I think I was more of a someone that tolerates certain things than being patient, right? I could tolerate certain things, and all of a sudden one day I'll just wake up and say, I'm not doing this thing anymore. Right? I wasn't just patient in certain things, and I wasn't calm about certain things. I Loki used to feel like, if this is how I feel, I want to say it right now. But now I give myself the um sometimes it depends on the issue. I give myself the overnight rule, where I think about it overnight. When I wake up in the morning, if I feel the same way, I take that same action, right? So in some things that, okay, maybe I have to reply, I practice a lot of delayed response now, right? So if there are certain things that I'm trying to navigate, or an issue, I tend to sit down, think about it, I dissect it into different angles, right? I'm a different person. Another person is different. There's another different person. If you table out something, the way I would think about that thing is different from the way you would think about it. It's different from the way another person will think about it. It's different from the way another person will think about it. So, in life they'll say don't always look straight. Sometimes look from the angle of the other side, right? So I've practiced the habit of being patient and being calm. I had to practice it. Because sometimes some people do some things and your mind is like, what? What did you just say to me? What did you just do to me? Like, sometimes some people do some certain things and you're like, if not for Jesus Christ, if not that I'm trying to be patient, right? So I just come to understand that you need to cultivate the habit of being patient. That is going to help you in so many ways. It has helped me, it has changed my life. I'm not even going to lie, it has helped me so much on the way I react with people, not react, the way the way I interact, that's the word, with people, the way I interact with things, the way I see situations. It has really, really helped me. Being patient and being calm, no, this is this is one thing that has really, really changed my life. Like, it's hard work. I'm not gonna lie, because like I said, people can piss you off, things, situation can piss you off, right? But you have to be calm. This has really, really helped me, helped my life, helped my mind, helped my mental health. It has really, really helped me. If I have an issue that I know that this issue is pissing me off, I will just journal, or I will just pray about it. Like, literally just pray about it. So it's always very important. You need to learn the habit of, being patient and being calm. It's really going to help you see so many things differently than when you're in the moment when your body's hot. So it's always very, very important. So is knowing where your money goes. Now this one is very important because of your future. You need to know where your money go. Yeah, if you use that your 1 million naira to buy bag, Let me written in your record that it was back that you used the money to buy, right? If you use all your salary to, enter public transport to work, enter transportation to work, let it be known that that's where your money goes. This took me a lot of time to actually come to accountability with myself, right? Now I know that 80% of my money goes to data. And sitting down and think about it, I'm like, I do content. There's nothing I can do about it. I have to load airtime, I have to do data, I have to upload, right? So I had to know that okay, this is where most of my money goes to. This is where this go to. Now I can sit down and tell you, if someone tell me that okay, the last 100K that you have, what did you use it to do? I can easily account for it, right? Before I can't do that. Before I'll be like, I think I bought. Now I can easily say 30K went to this, 30K went to this, 50K went to this, 20K went to this. It's very, very important because in life you never know when that big money will come, and if you misuse it, please, what would they say about you being in your 30s and you are misusing money? It's always very important. So doing that to the little money that you have now is very key for what is going to happen in the future. So it's always very, very important to know where your money goes. The last but not the least thing is to have a relationship with God. Any opportunity I have to talk about this, I am going to talk about it because it changed my life. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It changed my entire life. I had to it's a different thing when you know God. You go to church and you're like, "Oh, you know God." Yeah, you know God. You go to church. It's also a different thing when you have an altar, in God's presence. And also a different thing when you have a relationship with God. There are two, three different things, right? So you being online, following the prayers online and all that, I'm not against it, honestly. Is not you having a prayer life. I'm sorry to break it to you, right? To me, now this is what I'm saying, my own opinion. Is not you having a prayer life. If you can't sit with yourself without any other voice telling you what to pray about, then you need to reconsider the type of relationship that you have with God, right? If you cannot pray on your own, except maybe you watch some things online, or except maybe you're in a service and whatever they pray about is what you feel like, okay, yes, I've prayed today. You need to sit down and rethink it, right? I always say this to myself, and I think I should say it. A lot of battles that needs to be won in life are won in the spiritual realm before they start to manifest in the physical realm. In case you don't know, there are two words, right? Spiritual world and the physical world. Now you have to, what type of person, let me just use that word, are you in the spiritual realm? What type of armor do you carry? What are your weapons? What are your weapons that you use to win battles? A lot of battles have been won in the spiritual realm before they start. A lot of things have happened in the spiritual realm before they start to manifest in the physical realm. Either you like it or not, the spiritual realm controls the physical, and you have to pray and fight for certain things, right? So it's always very important for you to have a relationship with God, have a prayer altar, have a relationship with God. Let God know your voice. It's very key. Now, God doesn't really know, okay, is this a boy or girl? But God knows this is my child. My child is crying unto me. I need to answer my child, right? My child needs this. I need to answer. That's you having like a prayer altar, right? You not having a relationship with God is the fact that God has to, the Holy Spirit speaks to you, don't do this. Do this instead. There are so many things that I feel like in my mind, especially interacting with people, that I feel like I want to say real bad. But the instinct and the Holy Spirit is like, you actually don't need to say that. Yeah, don't say that. No, don't say that. Right? So it's always very important when you have a relationship with God, it's really going to help you save a lot of stress and a lot of headache. There's certain things that happen to me, and I'm like, God, how far waiting this up? Like, are you not seeing what is happening? Are you not going to do something about it? Or I'm just like, okay, you know what, God, if this is this and this, just settle this and this, just do it like this. And when it happens, I'm like, okay, yeah, that was good. Do you understand? So it's always very important. It's really going to help you. You don't have to be in your 30s to start this. Start it wherever you are right now. It's really, 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 really going to help you. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I just felt, you know what, the 30s are actually very different. My 30s are actually very different from my 20s. My 30s are, I don't know what they are, but it seemed like a new person is being born. And I just felt to tell you guys few habits that, you know, changed my life. So yeah, in case you've not subscribed, please join the family. I really, really appreciate it. Like the video, leave a comment. Well, yet to learn, please tell us an habit that you're cultivating, no matter the age, so that I can learn from it too. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, y'all.